Hey guys, this is Hector from the Insert Name FC podcast, here to tell you guys about Canadips. It is a great tasting, superior alternative to traditional dip using CBD in a way that is radical, enjoyable, and effective. It comes in 5 core flavors: wintergreen, mint, citrus, mango, and American spice. Canadips CBD is the new evolution in dip, allowing guys to enjoy great, long-lasting taste without the downsides. If you guys want to go ahead and try them out, use the code BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com. Once again, BELLYUP20 at CanadipsCBD.com, and you'll get yourself 20% off your purchase. Thank you again for Canadips for being a great partner of Belly Up Sports. For quite some time, Inter Miami has been pushing hard to get a multi-year deal done with the legend that is Lionel Messi, right? The Argentine, the World Cup winner, the multiple Champions League winners, the multiple Ballon d'Or winners, the man who has literally won everything that you can as a player. League success, continental success, international success. He's done it all. And they want to solidify him for multiple years. Now, I believe he's 37, might be pushing 38 pretty soon. So he isn't getting any younger. And at this point, what I do firmly believe, whoever Messi commits to in this next contract could be his last destination. I don't see Messi playing I don't see him getting another contract. I think that after whatever contract is done, I think that's when he officially hangs it up and ventures into his next life, which would be retiring. Obviously, he owns a team in Uruguay with Luis Suarez, and obviously in his contract with MLS, he does have a stipulation where he can buy an MLS club. He can get ownership of an MLS club. Will it be Miami? I could see Miami being the team because of the fact that he already lives there. He loves Miami. He goes Miami pretty frequently, so it could make all the sense in the world for him to just stay put in Miami. Unless there is an MLS a club in MLS that he has more intrigued in, or David Beckham just doesn't offer him a percentage of Inter Miami. But so from what it seems like, and like I said, similar to what I said about the whole Ballon d'Or thing, if there's any updates, I'll probably mention it at some point in this discussion of Messi potentially signing the contract or not. But it seems like they're very close into getting a multi-year deal done. And I think if you're Inter Miami, you're trying hard to get him to sign it because, like I said, there's rumors that if this deal doesn't happen, even though it seems very strongly the deal is going to happen, obviously Saudi Pro League is probably going to be one of the leagues that's going to be discussed for Messi's future. But the also potential of a Barcelona return could be enticing. I just don't know where would he play for Messi. That's the only thing I'm intrigued by. I think if he does go back to Barcelona, it would I don't think he would do a retirement tour. I don't think he has that kind of ego. I could see him do a one day I don't know if that's really common in football, but in other sports, a player will do a one day contract so he can retire as a player of a certain team. For instance, I believe J.J. Watt did that. So J.J. Watt, Houston Texans defensive lineman, played for after he left the Texans. He went to Arizona, but he hung it up. And then I believe he signed a one-day contract with the Texans so he could officially retire as a Houston Texan. I don't believe now that I say that, I don't think he did. I think it was Andre Johnson that did it. I don't know if J.J. Watt did, but some players, they'll do that to the team where they started, where they first started playing at, or maybe their hometown team. But more often than not, it's usually the team that has the most significance to them. So I think if maybe Messi is the first player to do that, where he signs a one-day contract with Barcelona just to retire as a Barcelona player. And which, I mean, I don't really think it really matters. I mean, he's already immortalized as a Barcelona player. He is when now whoever wears that 10 shirt has immense amount of pressure because they have to live up to that 10 shirt. So I mean, it's not necessarily like, I don't think it really matters in football. Like, I think he is a legend in Barcelona. He's like, no one's going to not think of Messi in Barcelona. Like, they're just going to be hand in hand together. Like, same thing like with Diego Maradona. When you think of Diego Maradona, you think of Napoli. When you think of Pele, you think of Santos. When you think of Cristiano Ronaldo, it might be a little tricky. I think so. I think if I had to think about Cristiano Ronaldo, I would say Manchester United. I know that's stupid, especially because he played for Real Madrid. But I think, like, I don't know. I don't think I would ever say, when I look at Cristiano Ronaldo, the first thing I don't think of is Real Madrid. I think of Manchester United. And the list goes on and on for players, but like, very much so, when you think of Lionel Messi, you think of Barcelona. And for some people, when you think of Barcelona, you think of Lionel Messi. So it just makes the most sense in the world. That if Messi were to do a one-day contract, which would be, like I said, I just don't think it makes sense, period. Now, if he feels that he can still lace him up and play in La Liga, which maybe, but you can watch him in the matches in MLS. Like, it's not the same Messi from before. And it's not like he's playing bad. He's playing phenomenal. I just don't know if he works in the Hansi Flick system. That's where I'm kind of curious about, and I don't think he sees like, oh, I need to be back at Barcelona. I think for him, it's just wherever he goes, wherever he signs, wherever he commits to, like, that's going to be the last place he plays for. Like, I mean, I'm sure some people wish he would want to go back to Newell's Old Boys. You know, like, go to the club where he never really got a chance to play for, and play for his boyhood club in Argentina. But I think something about Miami, that's what is enticing him. That's why they're near the deal. That's why they're close to getting this deal done. They're just trying to get it's kind of like dotting the I's and crossing the T's at this point. At least that's what I'm figuring, because, you know, that's what all I've been hearing is they're near the deal. They're near the deal. Now I can see the okie doke happen. Maybe Messi wants to go to Argentina. Maybe Messi wants to go back to Barcelona. Maybe he really wants that money from Saudi Arabia. I really don't know. But, like, there's something missing on the contract that he's not committing to yet. Now, which is going to be crazy, because MLS has been, more so than ever, been changing the league. Has been trying to change the league because of the fact that, like, there's things that Messi just doesn't like about the league. You're seeing that they're going to switch over after the World Cup. They're switching over to a fall spring season. So they'll be more. They're going to be actually in line with the rest of the world as far as their league structure, as the season structure goes. I'm sure his issues with the playoff system, you know, MLS is going to correct that, and I'm hoping that we're going to hear what they're going to change with that new season, with the new season schedule being how it's going to be. Maybe they're going to announce how the playoff system is going to look as well. I think that there's going to be a lot of factors coming in, and I think MLS is trying its best to make this league as enticing enough for Messi to stay put. Because like I said, Messi is drawing people. People are flocking over to any game Messi's playing. Like, those ticket prices are ridiculous to go see Messi. So, like I said, I get it. Like, MLS still very much needs Messi. And, I mean, if you're Miami, you're about to have a new stadium. Come March 2026, you're going to have a brand new stadium. And, you know, you would like to have that stadium full. And what was going to guarantee it being full is Lionel Messi on the pitch come March 2026. So, all that tells me that the reason, like, Inter Miami needs Messi more than Messi needs Inter Miami. Because I'll be honest with you, Messi could just retire. I don't think at this point he has anything to prove. Maybe to the people, maybe to like some of the people that just have despised this Inter Miami team now because of just really all the clout it's getting because of Messi. Like I get that resentment happens, but like I'll be honest, man. When Messi leaves, this league's going. It's just gonna like it. It didn't keep going. It didn't keep increasing when Beckham left. The same thing with Thierry Henry. It didn't necessarily gain a lot of attention when Thierry Henry was here. I would like to believe that once Messi leaves, that like the leagues are going to still be watched. But I think that the problem is, to a lot of people just don't view MLS as a good product. And I think it's a lot of people that just don't watch MLS. They just speak about it like they view a few clips that generally make the MLS players look bad, and they're just like, oh, they're not on the same level as Europe, which is totally fair to say. But at the same time, it's still a professional league. These like the guys that play professionally, like I will guarantee you, like not anybody can go and play against them. Like these guys are still very much pros. Like they are still playing at a level that not the average person could play at. But I digress on that part. But yeah, I think Miami needs to get a deal done. Like I said, I think it's more Miami needs it done. More so, Messi doesn't need to sign a new deal. Messi doesn't need to continue to play. Like I said, Messi could look back at his career, and I mean, maybe 2026 is what his eyes on. His eyes are set on. Like he wants to play in the 2026 World Cup, and then maybe he'll just be like, "Deuces, guys, what a ride." I can see that. I can honestly really do see that. But on the flip side, I mean, I'm sure people want to see Messi lift an MLS Cup and showcase that he is a class above all else. But we'll see what happens, man. I hope a deal gets done, mainly just because of, going into the 2026 year, going into the World Cup, you want as much hype as you can here in the U.S. for the game. And I know the World Cup is going to sell itself. I know it is. But we need to get more Americans just to I don't want to say I need, but like there needs to be more people to like be more open-minded with this game. I hate the people that like are so closed out on this game. Oh, that's not real sport. Like that they just don't understand why the rest of the world loves the sport, and as if like their view is that this game sucks. But in reality, if you really truly just watch the game, and I think that like, yes, Messi does help because I think there's a lot of young kids that want to watch Messi, and because they want to watch Messi, their parents have to go and watch this game, and I want them to watch that game and be like, wow, that was a fun game. I want to watch another one. And then, oh, the U.S. has a team, like let's go support them. Let's support our boys, kind of thing. Like I know it's never gonna happen. Like I really don't see it ever happening. Like there's a lot of people that are just dead set that this game's dumb, this game's stupid. Like I get it, but at the same time I don't, because it's crazy that people will watch other sports and say that that's more enticing than this game, because this game is like I said, I live for this game. I breathe for this game because it's so enjoyable to watch. Like I love the moments, I love the drama, I love like any little slip up can be harmful. Someone can make a mistake leading to a goal, but then immediately can redeem themselves just within that match to prove, like, it's all these things that I love about the game. But I do agree that MLS needs Messi more than Messi needs MLS, and I think that if they can secure a deal and maybe hopefully things get more competitive in MLS, MLS makes some good changes. They're already making a good change with the potential changing the season schedule. Now we need to change the playoff format. Now we need to change the roster rules. Now we need to make things, all these things, all these things need to. Now I'm not saying copy Europe, like still make it in a way that makes sense to Americans, but we need to make this league, uh, as clear enough where people don't say, "Oh, I can't take this league seriously because they do this." You know, look, I'm telling you once again, Liga MX, people watch Liga MX. That has a playoff format. People still watch that. Like, I just want to point that out again because I don't think people. I think people keep trying to say, "Oh, the playoff format. That's what ruins it." No, it's not because Liga MX is a very fun league to watch, and I've never seen anybody like, it just to me bothers me with the playoff format. No, I have never heard anybody complain about the playoff format of Liga MX. Well, there's some things to complain about the playoff format of Liga MX, but I've never seen someone say Liga MX is bad because of the playoff format. It's bad because of just the corruption that some of the ownerships have, but aside from that, it's a pretty good league to watch. So that is. But once again, we'll see what happens. We'll see if Messi signs a new contract and how long that contract's going to be. Because once again, I do believe if he does sign an extension, signs a new contract, that's going to be where that's his last contract, and he's going to be riding off the sunset once that contract is over.
Who is that guy?